Kitchen talk, conversations that cook. Kitchen talk, conversations that cook. What you want to talk about? Kitchen talk, conversations that cook. Kitchen talk, Lisa, Lopre, JT, and friends. Kitchen talk, conversations that cook. Kitchen talk, conversations that cook. What you want to talk about? Kitchen talk, conversations that cook. Kitchen talk, Lisa, Lopre, JT, and friends.
Lisa, Lopre, JT, and friends. Y'all ready to cook up some conversation? Come on.
Kitchen talk.
Let's talk.
Hey, people!
Hello.
How's everybody?
Doing
I
well. How
can't
are
hear
you?
Working
Okay,
on greater, as always.
Yep, I got you now. Friends, we missed you last week.
I know. I miss you guys too. How was the show?
It was wonderful.
I know today's show is gonna be hot.
I
Steaming.
think so too. So we have, Mich'ele is frozen. You have got to love this live stream stuff. It's just no way around it. I mean, it was so good just a few minutes ago. There she is. All right.
Here we go.
We have with us Mich'ele Barrington, who is our theme song writer. Like, we love it.
We love it.
Also, I know,
You
right?
play it twice. You usually play it twice. What happened?
So I got some feedback from a dear friend that said, stop playing it twice. So, I'm up to, constructive criticism. I get it.
Okay.
And Mich'ele is also a recording artist and a local school teacher. And then we also have with us Carrie Leonard. Hi. So Carrie is one of my church babies. I remember, her birth.
Her birth.
The 9 months her mom carried her. Yeah, all of that. But Carrie also knows French. She was like, I know Mr. Moyes.
Let me see your face. I love my babies. I love them.
So Carrie is a graduating senior from Godby High School this year, coming up. So 2021.
Let me see your t-shirt. I love the t-shirt. Yeah, y'all did that. I love that. I love it.
Thank you.
And Frank said you got a new gadget that's not letting us see you right now.
I'm about to populate
You
in
gotta
the moment.
disable it. You gotta go in your settings and disable it. That's what I had to do.
Yeah, I gotta switch it up. So I'm going back to my favorite gadget. And I'll be live in person.
Yes, wonderful. And of course, the late guy is here now.
JT.
Well, thank you for joining us today.
Yes. I'm here.
How are you?
I'm all right.
Okay, good. Glad to hear that. So, great idea France had for the show today was to dig a little bit into back to school. So, and what that looks like right now. So when I put up the broadcast, and it went out. You know, it goes out to our people that watch us on YouTube. It goes out to our Facebook watchers. Someone, Darlene, actually gave us our first comment, and I thought it would be really cool to open up the show with it. So her comment was, Jamal, if you could put that up, thanks. She said, so glad I am not in a position of authority to have to make the tough decision concerning other people's children. It's a tough call on both sides, and she can't wait for the discussion on today. So let's dig right in. And so, Carrie, I want to start with you. So share your, thank you, Jamal. Share your thoughts of what's going on right now.
It's crazy, and then to think of how everything's going on in the world, and they expect us to go to school with all of this going on. And so it's kind of scary to decide, do I want to go back to school where I have a regular schedule, or I'll stay at home, be safer, and less likely to catch the virus. So I decided to stay home for school this year. It's going to be hard.
So you're going to be
do it.
Thank you.
I mean, it could be just, you know, prepping you for online learning anyway, because sometimes collegiate level you do online. That's very true. So, Mich'ele, you want to chime in? Share your thoughts?
Yes. I mean, unfortunately, I don't have that option right now because they're almost like making us go back. We do have, they're trying to make it a little, I guess, more safe, but it's still not as safe as staying at home. My problem is not going back. It's coming back in person. I mean, I'm just like, you guys should just, you know, do it digitally, and then, you know, keep everybody safe. But I understand why. I kind of understand why they're doing it, because you got a lot of kids that are not safe at home. I was listening to the chat with Governor DeSantis, and he was talking about how there's a lot of abuse going on, and teachers are one of the safety nets for the kids to be able to kind of look up on that and to check on the kids and make sure they're safe and stuff like that. So I mean, we return on Monday without kids, and then we're gonna, I guess we'll see what's gonna happen.
So, Mich'ele, did they have they laid out like how you guys are? Like, I know usually you like switch, everybody walks around the campus and switch classes and stuff like that. Are you guys doing that, or are you guys switching the classes and letting them stay in one place?
Well, some schools, because I'm in contact with the music. I'm a music teacher. I'm special area, so it's a little bit different for me as well. Which means that I have to see everybody in the entire school versus just have one class of 20 kids. I have to see 500 kids within a week. So they are trying to cut that down to where we see each class for 2 weeks at a time. Instead of, let me see how I can explain it. I see a kindergarten, first grade, second grade, so K through fifth grade class each day. And so instead of seeing a different class each day, they would keep that same K through 5 class coming to us for 2 weeks. And then we'll switch out and go to a different K through 5 class. So therefore it cuts it down to about maybe 50 kids versus 500 for that week. You know what I'm saying? Now some of our music, I guess my colleagues, they're calling it teach by cart, where they would take a cart with their instruments and all of this type of stuff and put it and take it to the classroom. They'll have to go to the actual classroom and teach them in order to keep the kids from traveling. But because my room is big enough, they said that the music room is safe enough, I guess, for the kids to come and to be able to spread out 6 feet apart.
So it sounds like they're just kind of doing it on a school by school basis.
Say it one more time.
I said it sounds like they're doing it like a school by school basis based on what space you have, or
They are given the principal full access or authority to kind of tweak some things. And so that's what works for us. Also, they're doing hybrid classes. I know for the regular classroom teachers, they are doing, because we are right now we have about half of our school that is digital and half that is in person. And so they're going to have, so that cut the classes from about 20 kids to maybe about 8 to 10. So they will have those 8 to 10 class kids in class, but they will also have a big screen with the other 8 to 10 kids on the screen within the classroom, so that the teacher can see the screen and the kids that's on the screen, as well as the kids that are in the classroom.
Oh, so there'll be virtual teaching and in-person teaching all at the same time?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Now I don't have to do that because I think it might be a little bit impossible to I mean, if we're doing guitar or ukuleles or recorders or whatever, what are those kids gonna be doing that's watching, unless they're gonna make a homemade one, or I mean, so they don't, for me, I don't have to worry about digital kids. I would just be doing in-person.
Yeah, I thought it was a great idea in terms of how they're going to implement that. I still do believe that they should go all virtual right now, but you have some people who just can't do it. And I think it's part of what we have to do in terms of learning how to pivot and learning how to adjust. I think long term, it's going to help us look at our educational system and figure out ways that we can start doing things a little bit better, adding more value. Because think of it, we have not changed our educational system, has literally been the same for eons. I mean, we're still going from, 9 to 3, well, after school programs, which I love because I work with a lot of programs. Really about 9 to 5, 9 to 6, and really going from fall to summer, when we really could almost go year round, maybe taking some breaks. There's so many options that we have right now that we should be looking at how can we enhance our process and our system. So this gives us an opportunity to do that. So, I have a question for the senior class of 2021. You just watched 2020, and I had my college freshmen talk about their experience. You actually got a chance to see them go through that. And I wondered, how did the juniors think? Like, oh, my year's not going to be like that. But your year is going to be the same. What do you think about that?
I kind of feel like since I'm at home, I'm not going to be able to see how the seniors got to do it every year with the pep rallies and all that. So I'm going to try to adjust and hope that it's similar to it. Like, also try to do, like, the senior crowns and stuff. Try to keep it normal as possible. But I'm very jealous of 2020.
Thank you to the class of 2020 because they had no prom, barely had graduation. Some of them had their graduations afterwards, which was cool to go to the drive-in graduations and the virtual graduations. I thought that was some cool ideas. But man, I think it's something for you to think about in terms of a lot of the students told me, Mr. Moist, you know what? I'm okay with it as long as I get my degree. Did any of you guys hear that?
I didn't talk to too many high schoolers. I know the collegiate level, they were like, some of them were really upset that they could not have that ceremony. I mean, you have paid money, blood, sweat, tears, late nights, and you get to where you cannot celebrate in that way. It's hard. So, Carrie, let me ask you this. Are you guys, like any of your friends, are you guys coming up with different ways to celebrate the senior year? Are you making or thinking of new traditions or new, just new stuff to do?
Me and my friends haven't really talked much about what we're gonna do for like alternative tradition. We're just kind of going with the flow, and hopefully we could come up with something to do to celebrate and say we were seniors and this is what we did. But nothing for now.
So
Yeah.
how are you guys staying connected? Are you like how are you guys staying connected?
I'll talk to
Sneaking out the
them through
house.
social media or no, not that.
What JT, what you said?
I said sneaking out the house.
Ain't none of that. That cost your life.
Listen, that right there is what put a curfew in Tallahassee and across the state.
Mhm.
You know, you can't stay home. Just stay home. Stay home. Stay
Yeah.
safe.
Carrie, you
Let
gotta
me ask
excuse me
you,
a
are
little
you
bit.
already thinking? Go ahead, JT.
I was saying, Carrie, you gotta excuse me a little bit. I'm the one that brings some of the jokes, so I still be the person that's gonna act a little ignorant. I'm a little under the weather right
Not
now.
at all. Not at all. Not at all.
No, I'm a little under the weather right now. No COVID-19 though, but um, I just no sneaking out of the house. Make sure you have fun as a
Oh, better
senior. I don't know how you gonna do it. I'm so glad that I don't think Mr. Moyes, Miss Barrington, Miss Lorraine had a problem with having fun and having to deal with this kind of stuff when we were in high school. But you know, just make sure y'all do try to do some things to have fun. Don't let this COVID-19 stop you from that. Just be safe.
I think again, JT, you bring a good point. It's not just, it's them thinking outside the box and not being a fixed mindset. I've been sharing that all summer with my students. You need to have a growth mindset about this and know that it's going to be great. It's going to be actually greater for you. So you just take it with a positive attitude. Know that it's going to be, whatever you make it. If you go in like, oh, this is going to be whack, then it's going to be that. But if you go in like, you know what, this year is going to be great. We're going to make it better than 2020. And 2020 had a good year. The class of 2020, I talked to a lot of seniors, both on the collegiate level and the high school level, and they are still excited about, my college seniors are excited about coming to campus or doing the virtual campus and, being a part of the university system. And then my seniors who graduated from the university, they're ready to get started with work. And, they're excited about their careers. So I think it's how we go into it. We got to look at the positive, not the negatives.
Definitely. I agree with you. And I also agree that it's okay for you guys to say, we haven't figured it out yet. So I applaud you for that, Carrie. Like, we don't know, but we're going to go with the flow. We're going to see what it's going to do and remain, positive. So I know that last year I did get to see you at a couple of games cheerleading. So what is that looking like for this upcoming year?
Not exactly sure. We just found out the results yesterday who made the team. And so far, no teams are doing practices yet.
Mm-hmm.
So
because y'all was doing practices in the cafeteria. Are y'all still doing that? Hopefully.
We'll probably do practices inside, but we haven't done any since December.
Wow.
We haven't done any.
But you did make the team, though, right?
Yes, ma'am.
She's been on the team.
You got to try out every year.
Can you give me a cheer real quick?
You know who's gonna make it.
UGLY, you ugly. You ugly. Y'all still say that kind of stuff? No, maybe.
No, sir.
Thank God.
We on here calling me no sir. I ain't at all.
Yes, you are, JT.
Sir is appropriate, Carrie. Karen was raised right. She got good manners.
You up there in that corner?
Carrie,
what?
do you think is most of your friends going to be online too, or are they going to come to the school?
I know a couple of my friends are going back to school. Like majority of them are going back to school because they feel like it's their senior year. They should be there. And a couple of them don't want to be there because they feel like with virtual school, they could also do dual enrollment
Dual enrollment,
and
yeah.
also work and stuff instead
You
of
know
being
what's
at
crazy
school.
is that my senior year, I wanted to be off campus. I literally I was there for maybe like 3 hours. You know what I mean? I was in there all day, got my class done, and then I went to work.
Out of there.
It's
Out
funny,
of there.
now you have COVID and kids are like, I want to go to school. Really? You wasn't going to school. You wasn't going to school in high school.
France,
Come on. Let's
We've
be
been locked in
real.
for so long. They ready to get out and socialize.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
I'm tired of being locked up in the house. And I
It
with you,
is their way. It is definitely their way. I mean, but if you think about it too, again, like what Darlene was saying, I would hate to be in a position of power right now to have to make that decision. But there is so much that goes into that, because if you have elementary school children, high school students, not so much high school students, but if you are an essential worker, or if you are a parent that has to go back to the job and cannot stay home, then what do you do with your children? You know, so it's almost like this catch-22 kind of thing. And then interesting point that Mich'ele brought up about children who don't have good home lives, and school is almost a safe haven in some respects. It's a place where some of the children, that's the only place they eat. It's
Well,
a
you
lot
know,
that goes into this decision of, do I send my child back to school or do they stay home? If they stay home, do I have to find childcare? You know, just all of that. So it's really, really, really interesting.
I give a shout
Yeah,
out to the, all of my
my
food safety cafeteria ladies. Shout out, man, because they working hard. They are actually still going to have the on campus food program, but they're also going to keep up with what they were doing in the summer, which is giving food to the students who are not coming to school. So they're doing extra. You got to give them a shout out, man.
Definitely.
My janitorial team, I know that they're going to also have to step up their game plan in terms of keeping the school cleaner, but I do think that it's going to be up to the students to also lend a helping hand. And I don't know. What do you think in terms of cleaning the classroom as a teacher? I see you shaking your head already. Like,
well, first of all, I'm a pro at that, because this is my 13th year of teaching, so I'm not new to it. I've dodged the flu bug and all other kind of bugs. I don't usually get sick a lot, necessarily from the kids. If anything, from the dust or something in the classroom, and then I'd be coughing and stuff. But they are providing us with extra like safety nets, kits, and I'll have to find out. I believe that they're going to leave extra time throughout the classes for maintenance to come in and spray or sanitize or whatever through in between classes, which is kind of a lot. But yeah, as far as me, and it's different for music. Like, we're trying to figure that out now, because we do a lot of hands-on and touching. Correct. So we're talking about they're talking about making individual music kits for each child. Like, they just take them and bring them the music with them that has like certain stuff that you're going to work on, or buying enough instruments to be able to kind of use different sets to so for example, maybe three sets of instruments, and then you kind of have time on your break or lunch or something to be sanitize them for the next 3 classes or something like that. So we're trying to figure it out.
I was under the impression, and I still think that all, not just teachers, but the students should help out with cleaning the classroom. So after you use the instrument, the student should clean the instrument. The student should clean the desk and the area.
They gonna
If
spread it.
anything, I would teach that with my class because you got to learn that anyways. If you got to clean your house. So come to school, clean your area before you start, and then clean your area when it's time to go, so that if somebody else comes up behind you, it's already clean. But even before they use it, they're gonna clean that area too. Carrie, would you do that like in the classroom would you have gone in to clean the classroom before you started and after you ended the class?
Just like her many flaws, my sister did.
Okay. I'm a different type of teacher, so I'm gonna have you you going clean.
I was scared. I'd be scared somebody used it before me.
Yes, I think that's something they should be able to do. You know what I mean? Like, I think cleaning should be a part of the educational system. Cleaning should be a class as well. Just like learning how to sew and learning how to cook and learning that home economics.
Home ec is gone, friends. It's gone.
Bring it back.
They gotta bring it back.
Teaching all kind of goodies and cooking. The kids don't know how to cook now. Taking care of children. Lord, they missed all those skills. The little
you gotta learn about.
Huh?
Go ahead, JT.
No, I'm just saying, man, that was one of the best things about being in school back in the day, because you actually learned that even when you did have the people that was like, oh, home economics was for girls and all this type of stuff. Nah, player, I learned how to cook a bunch of stuff. And guess what? I can still cook and will continue to cook. I'm more of a griller, even though Lisa Lorraine claimed I don't cook nothing, but I know other people that can attest to me cooking a lot or cooking some stuff, but we ain't gonna call no names. And I did
believe my part. I said I did my part, JT.
You know what? We got company tonight, so we're not even gonna get into the fact that I do all the cooking. We're not gonna get into that. We're not gonna get into that. We're talking about school and what it's gonna look like coming back. So
I saw what Darlene just posted.
Yeah, Darlene just said.
Yeah, and I really don't believe that these kids these days are the type of kids that when I was growing up in the late 80s and early 90s, their mama had them playing. She played that music on Saturday mornings, and you knew what that meant. It's time to clean up. Yeah, I don't believe that these kids are those.
They don't understand.
Carrie, I'm not saying that you're exempt, but you could be one of those kids that have to do that. But I'm telling you now, I don't believe a lot of those kids are like that anymore. I know what it's like to have to clean up.
You got to clean. Man, I remember going to the school to clean the school, going to paint. You got to, this is my school. This is my desk. I should have ownership and feel like this is important and this is valuable. So I'm going to take care of it. That Saturday morning when mama played that music, you knew why you were cleaning the house, because we bought this house. You better clean this house.
Okay, so I definitely got the cleanup of your house. But do you guys think that the sanitation of something so serious really should be in the hands of children?
I think
they should help.
Yes. They shouldn't be the main person or people to clean up in terms of taking over the janitorial work, but they should be a part of the process in keeping that school clean and sanitary. What every year on the school list, and you guys could tell me if I'm wrong, hand sanitizer is always on that list, and wipes is always on that list. But
Glue.
not using it. You got to have the kids use it. It's just, if I buy this hand sanitizer, it's for the class to use. It's for y'all. It's not just to stay in the cabinet and just sit. I want y'all to take it out, wipe your desk, wipe your chair, wipe your face.
Do not wipe your face with hand sanitizer or Clorox bleach wipes. Really? Did you just have a Trump moment? Did you have a Trump moment?
No.
Why we can't wipe our face with it?
Those kids are nasty.
JT, I love it. At the end of the day, I'm just saying, even the bathroom breaks. You need to take the bathroom breaks. Like, wash your hands. You know, get yourself together before you start the class. Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong.
Most people know that. It's just a group of people who don't care to know that or to do that.
That's why it should be mandatory that everybody, and you can tell them that, because Mr. One, I walked around with my life in my bag before all this COVID-19 thing. I would put out my chest set before the class start, and I would spray my chest pieces with Lysol. Then after the class, I would spray my chest pieces with Lysol. We got to do it. Look at JT. That's what I'm talking about, right? I'm done.
And I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you to an extent, but you have, no, I ain't gonna say that. But when you think about pre-COVID and you're working out in the gym and you have people that get off equipment that do not wipe it down.
Exactly.
So
when you at the gym, you're supposed to do that, but way before COVID hit, you were supposed to be wiping down the equipment when you
exactly, and that's what I'm saying. You had people that would use the equipment and not wipe it down.
But you know, now really you should spray it before you use it and after you use it.
Well, if you smart or if you care about what's going on, then yes. If you care about germs, yes. But I guess what I'm saying is, if it's only gonna work if somebody is kind of staying on top of it. But then you also, I have been to, hotels where the room is not clean because, they half did it. Come on, y'all tell the truth.
Man,
I'm just saying.
Shame the devil.
I get another room, trust. But what I'm saying is, people need to be more serious about it, and I just don't think it could be in the hands of students. I don't know if they would take it.
I think it should be in the hands of students because they're learning at an early age the importance of cleanliness, of cleaning your area, cleaning your spot, cleaning. It's important. And even if they get a job at the hotel, motel, Holiday Inn, they're going to keep that place clean. If you cleaning the toilets, you're going to clean that toilet like you the best toilet cleaner in the world. I mean, just come on now. You got to learn it early. And that's why they're not doing it.
Sorry. And maybe you're right. And maybe I'm the only one that's done been in a bathroom that gets cleaned every day and still got build up on the floor, but you get mopped and cleaned every day.
There's so much.
So this is also a good point right here brought up by Caleb. Are we expecting them to do, to help with cleaning without the proper protective equipment, personal protective equipment? Or
Well,
are
the
you
school is providing that. The schools are providing that. We just learned that. You know what I mean? The
for
schools are going
for
to
every
provide that.
student, for every
And
student, the clean and sanitize?
but
That's
listen,
a lot of wipes.
but the parents already buy wipes and stuff for the kids every year, anyways.
So
That's
we're
on the
talking
list.
past wipes. We're talking past wipes, friends. We're talking personal protection equipment. So we're talking masks, face shields, gloves in order
Well,
to do
Fine,
sanitize
all
and cleaning.
they got it. You got it. They could do it.
Okay.
I feel
If
like
you
the
want
students not gonna do it
if
right.
you want your baby to be in that classroom, you're gonna do what you need to do to make sure they get there. You buy the paper, the pencils, you gonna make sure that their health is correct too.
So Carrie, say what you just said again.
I don't feel like the students are gonna do it. They don't pick up after themselves now, well, before COVID. So cleaning all their
Because
desks and stuff like that, they're
nobody
not
taught
gonna
them
do
to
it.
do it. The reason why is because nobody taught them to do it.
I don't know, friends. I mean, you
I'm
can't
telling
really say
you.
that. Just because somebody don't
Listen,
do something don't mean they don't.
in Japan, they're already doing that. The kids come to class, they clean up the class, they wash their own dishes, they clean the floors. It's a class, they clean. They're like janitors. They clean the school, and they still got somebody that come and clean the school, but they are a part of the cleaning process. They learn from an early age why you have to take care of your personal self and personal hygiene. And it was because of a pandemic that they had too. Our kids have to learn it early. The reason why they walk away and don't pick up their trash after themselves is because nobody taught them to do it. You got to take out that sense of entitlement and say, hey, this is part of your education. You got to learn how to clean.
Well, not just the children. People, grown people do that. If I didn't drop it, I'm not picking it up. So it ain't like I ain't been taught how to do it. I'm just saying, like this right here, it's not my responsibility. So children should not have CDC responsibilities and not be paid. I love it.
That's messed up. That's messed up. You know why? You know why? It's because it's not a habit. When I drop something on the floor, I immediately pick it up. Why? Because it's a habit for me. I can't even walk away. Even if I walk away, I'm gonna come back and pick it up. Why? Because it's a habit. It's a habit for me to clean my dishes. I could barely go to sleep with one cup in my dish, my sink.
Here's the key word. Here's the key word that you just said. When I drop something, or in my house.
Yes.
But are you going around to other people's houses, cleaning up their kitchens and picking up their trash? Are you going into the school cafeteria washing dishes? No, you are not.
But you listen, the reason why I do that is because my parents made it a habit. My school made it a habit. Right now, the kids don't do it because what they just said. Oh, somebody gonna do it for you. No, you gotta do it first. Now we'll have people come in and spray and do all that other good stuff, but you gotta take care of you first. Clean your area. Well, I mean, and then too, you gotta hold each other accountable. So, Kayla, when you see somebody do it, you gotta tell them, "Hey, where your mask at? Why you didn't wipe your desk?" You feel me?
And listen, Carrie, even if you got to walk up to
we do not condone violence in this show.
Even if they clean their desk off, they're gonna leave a wipe there, go walk off from it. If they're gonna clean it, they're just not gonna clean all the way, or else they're just gonna leave the trash on top of this. Like, why I need to clean this up? The janitor getting paid to do that.
And that's the mentality that needs to change. that, you know what, I am a part of this system. I'm a part of this school. I'm a part of this world. So I'm going to do my part to ensure that we are in a healthy, clean environment. And that should be a part of the educational process. Now, Carrie, we've seen it. You know, I'll come through the cafeteria in the afternoon, and the janitors just clean the cafeteria. I'm talking about crystal clean. By the time they leave in the afternoon, that cafeteria is turned upside down. I'm like, come on, man, pick up. And the adults are there to pick up your stuff, pick up this, pick up that. We got to make it a habit, Lisa, where the kids know and the parents know that cleaning is part of your educational experience. You got to learn how to clean.
I'm not doubting that. And I don't have a problem with cleaning up. And I don't think children are not learning to clean up. They may be learning to clean up behind themselves. What I'm saying is making them responsible for cleaning up behind other people.
No.
Well, go ahead, Joy. I mean, Mich'ele.
Is okay. I know as far as the mask thing, they're going to be very strict because our concern was you have some hard-headed kids. You got kids that's going to come in there and purposely not wear their mask just so they can get kicked out because they want to go home. And that's exactly what they're going to be doing. They're going to be sending them home as soon as if they refuse. Oh, because listen, if I have one that's refusing, I guess you gonna stay in the classroom. We'll go outside till they come get you because you're not going to be in my classroom without a mask. So they're gonna be very strict about that, and they're gonna put them in digital, and so that would cause a problem because their parents probably gonna be all up in their tail if they get sent home to be on digital because that's one of the reasons that they're sending them to school is because so the parents could work or maybe just so they can have free time. I don't know, but yeah, the parents gonna be on them about that if they get sent home for being just for refusing to wear masks and just trying to get sent home on purpose, but they're gonna get sent home because they won't be in my classroom.
Listen, I like what Mr. Marvin Scott just wrote down. Yes, they're being taught, but are you using the knowledge that you have? Does that make sense? Like my dad taught me the concept of, hey, if that's on the floor and you walk past it, yeah, you didn't drop it, but you could pick it up. You could throw it away in the trash. It's not your trash, but you could do it too. I don't think we have to encourage our kids to use the knowledge that they have. You know how to clean, so clean it.
Well, some of the kids, that a lot of that knowledge that has been instilled in them, that jump when they walk outside of their house, it does not walk outside of the house with them. They forget. Just as much as they've been taught, they forget as soon as they leave home. What my mama say, what my daddy say, that no longer applies outside. So yeah, I understand what Dr. Scott is saying, but at the same time, you gotta understand how some of these kids are today.
I think
my bad, I just had a flashback.
What did Ms. Robinson say? What is Oh, Carrie, they talk about you.
Carrie getting all kind of love on
all
here.
The love.
That's what happened when you bring the young people on.
Yeah,
because they were.
The thing is, she's responsible too. Mm-hmm. She's young. She's responsible. I already know that she's gonna do is getting the majority because there is a minority that's gonna do the right thing. But we need to work on getting the majority to say, hey, listen, cleaning the school is cool. Being healthy is cool. Being responsible is cool. You know,
being smart is cool.
It's cool. If my parents say, hey, I got to go to school because they need me to be there because of our home situation, hey, that's cool. We just need to be able to, I don't know. I think it's that mindset. Once again, we got to get that mindset right.
Don't be a speedy girl.
Don't be aware.
Let me ask this question. This is tough. This is to all of you. If you had a child, would you send them to school? Carrie, I'm coming with you first. If you had a child right now, if your baby is in
No, Carrie don't have
third
no
grade,
child right now.
hypothetically, we're being hypothetical. Would you send your child to school? We're going to go to Carrie first.
That would depend if I'm working from home or if I'm working like out. I
Okay.
probably, if I'm working at home, I'm gonna keep my kids at home.
Well, you have some parents who say, you know what, it's hard for me to work at home and work on the kids at the same time because I'm doing double duty. So I need that space.
That's them. I probably, if it was me and I was like working from home, I'd probably work at the table and tell them to sit the other end and do their work.
Lisa, what you want to do?
So again, tough decision. I would not be in a position of authority right now for nobody. But I would not.
Mich'ele,
send my children to school.
I don't know, because all I got to worry about is me right now. But let's see, my sister and her husband, both of them are teachers, and they have 2 kids. So now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we got to go back. So now I guess they have to go back. But since it's just me, I mean, I don't have to think like that. But I don't know. Woo.
I'm just saying if you had to.
I don't know. Probably. I mean, I'm a risk taker for me, but I don't know about my child. Probably not.
There it is. JT.
Hell no. Listen. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I don't trust it. Right now, at this moment, I still feel a certain way about going to sit down at a restaurant. I still feel a certain way about going in other places where a lot of people. Have y'all been in the mall lately? There's people sitting in the food court, and they don't even you can have on your mask, but when you buy food, you got to do what? You have to take the mask off and eat. You see what I'm saying? So no, I'm sorry. I will not. I can't see myself say if I had a kid or children, I could not see myself taking them, letting them go to school around other kids that spread more germs anyway. That's just me.
So,
France, what's your answer?
Oh, my answer is no. We're doing virtual. We're doing virtual, babies. We're doing virtual. And not only that, I'm going to give you extra activities outside of school that are virtual right now that you're going to be doing. Guitar lessons, chess lessons, piano lessons. You're going to be on this computer. Cooking lessons. We're going to be learning so much stuff that your education is going to surpass what it was when you was going to school. Does that make sense?
Mine gonna be able to do open heart surgery from YouTube videos. You gonna learn something. You gonna learn how to cook every day. But we gonna my child gonna be so advanced. Hey, YouTube University.
Listen, what do you guys think about this? You know, the start of the school year is always the most exciting. And this is for all of us, just because you get to go and buy new clothes, new shoes. Carrie, are you doing that? Like, even though you stay at home, are you still going to get like a new outfit, back to school, new outfits and stuff like that?
I have, but not for like going back to school. It's more of like outfits for, I'm gonna have to stay at home. I need something comfy to sit in while I'm at school.
I wonder that.
So, Carrie, are you guys? So, when you do your virtual school, you still have to be on camera, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, are you getting fully dressed, or are you only getting dressed from the top up?
Top up. You can't see the rest of me. Why do I need to do the rest?
I heard they said no pajamas.
Yeah, I heard.
Did they say
too.
no pajamas?
I heard that they said
How
no
they gonna
pajamas
control
for
what
certain
you wear?
school. Some private
What?
schools, they gotta wear
They want your mom
uniforms
to
on their
be up.
camera.
Wake up, brush your teeth, get dressed halfway, and get on the TV.
You got to get right, JT. I mean, in the real world, even when I go and teach my classes, I get myself together. I don't come in half stepping. I think that's probably what I would hope that my students do. My college students, for sure, they know you got to dress up for class. Carrie, no, I don't play the radio. I don't play the radio. Listen, this is professional. We want y'all to be professionally ready. So if you're going to do the top, at least get your face together. Don't come with your bonnet. Don't have a bonnet in the class.
I'll make sure I at least got my hair to my shirt done.
Yes. Come on. Don't half step it. At least give me something. So I think that professional look should always be a part of our again, it's a part of the educational experience. You don't know. We might be on CNN tomorrow. You got to know how to get yourself right,
But the other part too is it speaks to how you're feeling and your mentality while you're in class. If you still in your pajamas, you haven't taken a shower, you haven't washed your face, that's how you gonna be in class.
That's correct.
I don't know how many college students I had to tell over the summer, get out the bed.
Oh no, you're not in class
because you're not there. Because number one, you're gonna fall back to sleep.
That's right.
You're not gonna be paying attention. I'm calling your name. You ain't saying nothing because you don't fell back to sleep. You still in the dark. Talking about I'm in class.
No, my class is very interactive and engaging. So you can't be in the bed. And I told this to my students. When we first went into this COVID situation, I was teaching a college level class, and my student, I guess she didn't understand that we were still online. We were still in class. So she was in the bed with the covers over her head. And like, yes, I'm here. I'm like, no. So we had to do an etiquette class. Going back to what I talked about, Lisa. We gotta teach. So we did an etiquette class on what it means to be in, online and be present in class. I think these are the things that we have to start, implementing in our system now. How to go to class online, how to clean your desk, how to wash your hands, how to I'm done. Sanitize your what, JP?
Sanitize 101.
Yes. Yeah.
It's bad when they got to be a part of your core syllabus.
So Carrie, if you had to speak to your peers right now, what advice or what encouragement do you think you would give them going into this is senior year? And we in a pandemic. What would you say to them?
Try to make the most of the situation. Go into there with a positive attitude. Kind of don't think of it like, I gotta wear a mask. I can't even be near nobody. And try to make the best of what we got right now. Make sure to wear your mask and clean yourself. Because I might want to see you one day, and I can't see you if you all taking your mask off, no hand sanitizer. I'm gonna have to cut you off for a minute and wait till you get yourself together.
Like a good neighbor, stay over there.
I love it. And Carrie is a honor roll student and has been like all the way through school. So I thank you so much for joining us today.
Carrie, you see, you never know who you know. You know what I mean? You know Mr. Morris is going to be on here. You never know.
I did not. I said, wait a minute. He looks familiar. Wait, is that Mr. Morris?
Yes. Mr. Morris is everywhere. I do have a question for Mich'ele. What would you tell your colleagues who are coming back?
I mean, just be safe as they can. First of all, if you're high risk, see if you can get an approval letter from your doctor to be excused. Don't do that especially if you're high risk. But if you have a pretty good immune system, and because the thing is, we kind of battle germs and viruses all day. I mean, just as a teacher anyway.
All year.
So I mean, but yeah, if you're high risk, no. I would tell them to try to get that letter of approval to get dismissed or sometime, because they can't make you come back if you're high risk. They'll try to, because there's a couple of people. He's an older teacher. He's over at Sealy. He probably like in his 70s, and he's like, he got everything on the list of exactly. And so what they're doing for him is, if you have a really good principal, they will work with you. What they're doing with him, he's going to meet with his classes via Zoom. So he's going to be in his room, but they're gonna do something like this for him to be able to teach from his classroom to the kids in their classroom. Now, I mean, I'm not sure how engaging that is going to be, but at least to keep him safe, they're working with him. That's what I'm saying. So depending on your principal, and if you have an approval letter, most of the principals, they will work with you to try to keep you safe or give you a digital option to keep you from kids as most as possible, because they're not going to have you just put you in the in the classroom and you're very high risk. He's old. He has all kind of underlining
it's a lot of teachers who are retiring because of this. We already have a teacher shortage, so you have a lot of teachers who retire because it doesn't make sense to stay in the classroom when you might put yourself in a compromising situation. But give me 1 second. I'm gonna show you guys what's been helping me, because I fight the sickness all year when I'm working with these babies. Hold on just a second.
You want to see what I'm taking? I can show you that. It's right here in the kitchen.
Oh, Lord.
Let me tell you. He's going to get here. It tastes real good.
I don't play with these.
Oh, Lord. I'm not ready. Carrie, are you ready?
I can tell you, I ain't taking that stuff she thinks you got.
My elbow?
Oh, yeah. You got to get stronger than that. That's baby stuff. CMOS gel.
Boom. Zinc. We don't play. We don't play. Oh, you got the elderberry? Yes.
And your favorite, ACL. That junk is amazing. It got the stuff that they gave Jesus. If they got myrrh on it, if they gave it to Jesus, I'm taking it.
So, Carrie, not all of us do that.
I take the zinc and vitamins, but
I try to take a vitamin, but I usually stay pretty healthy. Most of the time, don't nothing get me.
I take that natural stuff.
Yeah.
Everything she just showed y'all tastes like booty crack.
That's what the old folks used to say. That's what's good for you.
That's good for what
you think it ain't good. That's what's good for you.
Right.
Don't taste good, but it's good.
So I will say this. So I know we didn't really touch on it, what you guys' opinion of what this whole push is to get the kids back to school.
Political money.
Yeah. Trying to get the economy open and all of that. So I said that to say, right now our Florida primary is August 18th. If you have not voted, you need to vote. In Leon County, early voting is open until Sunday. France, did you see my post? Did you see my post with my my sticker?
I did. Listen, I got one for you too.
If you have not voted, please, if you are of age, please go and vote in the primaries. The primaries, this election, what we've learned is all of the elections are very important, but definitely your local elections are just as important as national elections. And all of this affects even what we're talking about today with the school system, how some want to open and some don't, and some are sending their kids and some are not, and teachers are being stretched in every direction, and is their pay going up from this, or and just different things. They were already underpaid, so we need to definitely rock the vote come the 18th for the primaries and November 3rd for the national general election. So guys, get out and vote. We press it on you, Carrie. I know you're not old enough just yet. One more year, but that's your birthday. Your birthday party will be at the supervisor of elections office on your 18th birthday. That's gonna be our first stop, Carrie, and then you get registered, and then we'll do something else. Let Connie know I already said that. I already planned that part. But definitely, thank you guys. Thank you, Carrie, so much for coming and hanging out with us. We definitely wish you a wonderful senior year. I hope that even though it is not normal, I hope it's still spectacular and you don't miss anything. And I cannot promise you that I will come and see you cheer this year, mask or no. But I maybe they'll show it virtually, and I'll be like, "Go ahead, Carrie." I can't promise I'm coming to the stadium.
Just call my mom up and have her FaceTime me.
Okay.
All the
yeah,
young teachers,
Carrie, and I'll be like, "Woo, yeah, Carrie." Thank you so much. I keep wanting to call you Joy because that's how I met you. Thank you, Joy, for hanging out with us on tonight.
No problem.
Appreciate you and your input, and also wishing you well this school year, and covering over you, and all the teachers and cafeteria workers and janitorial services. I believe in God, so we are definitely going to keep everybody in our thoughts and prayers as we move forward to what school year 2020-2021 looks like.
Yeah, I got to
I am optimistic that we're going to come out on the other side better than we went in.
Mm-hmm. Carrie, you are not invited back.
Why not?
Because everybody on here commenting about y'all. They don't care nothing about us. Like me.
It only represents me.
That ain't Carrie.
Hey, I love it. Carrie,
I love it too. And that way, Carrie, you need to come back next week.
Well, do.
Yes, I love it.
Thank you so much. If you are watching us, on YouTube, please subscribe on our YouTube channel. Prince, what did you say?
Carrie, what college is she going to next year? Does she know already?
Not sure.
It is.
Hey, explore all your options, Carrie. Don't let nobody paint you in a corner and say my money only goes to FAMU. Just explore all of your options. Go do what's best for you. I love FAMU. Yes, I do. But go to school where you want to go to school. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that floor is
FAMU. All right.
Well, Carrie, go where the money is, honey. Who gonna pay for it?
Go where the money goes. Go where
who gonna pay for it? That's even better.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
That.
That's even better. So thank you guys. The hour has been well spent.
Already.
It's been good, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. I think we might do this again. We might move to the collegiate level. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right.
Well, conversations could.
Kitchen Talk CTC.
Conversation.
All right.
Good.
Joy, sing some of our song as we go out.
Go ahead and play it.
Sing some of our song as we go out.
Kitchen talk.
What you want to talk about?
Yes. I love it. I love it.